Now, I find it hard to believe that this guy just waited, his Tourette's just so happened to wait until Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo was on stage to just flare up and he scream out some racial epithet right then. Then the crazy part about it, they don't edit it out like they should because the show is on a delay. They had ample time to edit it out. But for some reason, they wanted to put it up there. I know why. They trolling Black America like always. That's exactly what's happening. So they're gonna put this on. Then the guy yelled out "Free Palestine." They was able to take that away. They was able to not show that. They was able to bleep that out, cut that out, so to speak. Man, come on. But right now we're gonna react to some clips of other people who have issues with what happened with this. So come on, let's check it out.
Good evening. Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate the artists who expand what's possible on screen.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. If you've seen the film I Swear, you will know that film is about the experience of a person with Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you were offended.
He didn't say cracker. He didn't say honky. He didn't say colonizer. He didn't say redneck. He didn't say mayo monster. He didn't say Miracle Whip. He didn't say Wonder Bread. He didn't say marshmallow fluff. He didn't say beige bum. He didn't say bird shit. He didn't say palm-colored punk. He didn't say pink-faced fool. He didn't say peach baby. He didn't say unseasoned Steven. He didn't say casserole cut. He didn't say chicken skin. He didn't say Laurie's lacking Larry. He didn't say hashtag FFFFFFF. He said that word. He didn't say Morgan Wallen fan.
Exactly. I agree 100%. He knew exactly what he was doing. The producer knew what they were doing. They were all laying on it. Why? Like he said, he waited right until the black presenters got up there to have that outburst, and he obviously was saying what he thought. If you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, him having Tourette syndrome. So but I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He knew exactly what he was doing.
We understand the Tourette's, we understand what it is, but you still have to acknowledge what happened and how embarrassing it was for these two men. And then for Alan Cummings, who was the host of the evening, to come out and kind of give an apology saying there was strong language used. It's like, no, using the F word is strong language. Calling someone the N word is something very different. So they failed on so many levels, and I feel the worst for these two men, because as a black person, you know, we move through this world differently than other people, and these moments, people never understand how deep that hurt goes when that word is said.
You know what? I may lose some followers for this, but I do not care. What happened at the BAFTA Awards, 100% inexcusable. White people have been playing the victim card so hard lately that it frustrates the hell out of me. It's like they say or do something terrible, and then all of a sudden, oh, they have some kind of disease, or they're a certain sexuality, so they're a minority too, so they just get away with it. This guy yells out the N-word at an award show? Ah, it's fine, he has Tourette's. Kanye tweets some wild shit off his meds. We're not going to address his mental health, are we? We're not going to talk about how he's off his meds, are we? We're just going to immediately demonize him. Colin Kaepernick takes a knee to protest police brutality because so many black men were getting shot on camera. He's demonized. Roseanne completely disrespected our national anthem and our country. She gets a reboot of her show, and then people get mad when she gets canceled for tweeting some crazy shit. Michael Jackson gets labeled a pedo with no evidence, and celebrity children saying he never did anything to them. Elvis Presley marries a minor, nobody blinks an eye. We cannot keep moving the goalposts when it comes to this shit. Either we're all held to the same standard, and if you disagree, I'm immediately gonna look at you like, you're a Klan member.
I'm not gonna lie, it really pisses me off how the burden to be a good person always falls on black people's shoulders. Y'all expect black people to accept every situation with grace and understanding, but you never extend it back to black people, and it's very, very weird. Like, yes, John Davidson has Tourette's and can't control intrusive thoughts coming out of his mouth. We all know that. But he still publicly called them a slur and can publicly apologize for it, and it's very strange that you guys are acting like he just doesn't need to because he has this condition. The impact of what happened still matters more than the intent. And it would be very easy in my mind if I didn't mean something to just come out and say, hey, I'm really sorry that that happened, and I'm really sorry that you and so many other people were affected by having to hear that language. It's not something I would ever do if I had control over it. But instead, the narrative has somehow shifted to being like, black people are overreacting to this and you are all ableist for somehow not understanding and accepting that somebody might just say a slur. And of course, Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan did handle the situation with grace in the moment because they're professionals and they're adults and they understand, because they had been warned in advance, that there might be outbursts from the audience. They swallowed it and took it on camera in front of the entire world and moved on and did their jobs. And yet nobody's really talking about the way that they handled that situation with so much class. Instead, people are talking about everybody else's reaction to it as if we're all losing our minds for just expecting a public apology for something that happened publicly.
I totally agree with that young man just said. Black people are always expected to take the high road. Always just expected to just get over it, let it go. You're overreacting. But when stuff blatantly happened, like this was blatant. This was not an accident. Like they say, it was on Black History Month, and you waited to two black presenters. One, Michael B. Jordan, had one of the biggest movies of the year in Sinners. You wait for him to get up there to scream it out, so nah. I just ain't buying it, man. No. Now, check out this next video. This is of a young black lady with Tourette's syndrome, explaining what people with Tourette's go through.
Ignore how I look right now. Critical retention. I am not feeling too great. However, there is something I have been asked to talk about.
Part of movie making.
And that is going to be the BAFTA situation. I have been seeing a bunch of outrage about it, people saying, oh, well, why would that even be in his vocabulary? He did that on purpose and all of this stuff, and that racism is to excuse. A very sad day for the Tourette syndrome community, especially for the ones that have coprolalia, because when you come online and you see thousands of people hating on your condition, specifically coprolalia, because that's something that is already very embarrassing for all of us. I'm not going to say that people can't be offended by the fact that somebody said the N-word as a tick. However, it's not something that somebody can control. It's not something that somebody wants to say. And I've been seeing a lot of people be like, well, he said it like when the crowd went silent. That is most likely when a tick is going to happen, when you're in public, when you're in complete silence, or when you're trying not to say or do something. So we must understand what coprolalia is. Coprolalia causes involuntary swearing and inappropriate tics. This can include the N-word, slurs, etc. I am a black person, and even I have the N-word tic and slurs as tics. This is something I don't see many talk about because of situations like this. Is it a disappointing thing? Shut up! That it happened in public in front of that entire crowd, specifically to Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter. I'm so sorry, I do not know his name. I wish I did, but no disrespect to him. I just am not too aware. Yes, it is a very unfortunate situation. Seeing so many people say that they would invoke violence against people with coprolalia if they can't control their tics. That's ableism. It's a fucked up thing that this happens, yes, but it's something that we can't control. Aggression in the brain being triggered, shut up, and ultimately causing inappropriate tics. Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter have the right to be upset, especially if they were not aware. However, we need to understand and educate ourselves. And on my videos, I constantly see people saying, oh my god, so funny, if I had cursing tics, I would be laughing all the time. But when people actually have cursing tics, then it's offensive and they're a bad person and this and that, the third. We need to do better. We need to educate ourselves better. This is not me saying that people don't have the right to be offended. However, you can't be offended when a disabled person is disabled. I might make a part 2 to this. There's a lot that I need to say.
Yo, that is crazy. You see how she was making those noises? Giving 2 middle fingers? Imagine you were like that for real every day. Oh man, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine that, man. 24/7, you walk around with this syndrome. But still, I don't care. This dude did that on purpose, man. Them and the producer, they was all in cahoots on this. You know, little shorty right here, she made some good points in her video, that I agree with and I understood. But what happened to Michael B. Jordan, I ain't feeling that nor believing it was an accident still.
You have African-American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it, I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it. Say it right now.
We're here to
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate.
Okay, did you guys hear that? So, So that was Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan. They were presenting, and the thing that happened was there was an N-word that you guys heard there that they said, and the excuse was that it was someone with Tourette's syndrome. And they were presenting, they're both in the movie Sinners, right? And so they were on stage, and then they were presenting this thing, and then that's what happened, okay? So now, according to the folks, and I'm going to read this is from Variety. Or its host Alan Cumming paused the ceremony to thank the audience for its understanding after a series of audible outbursts for Tourette's. Campaigner John Davidson interrupted the show. Davidson was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at 25. His experiences inspired the BAFTA-nominated film I Swear, lives with tics and can include involuntary vocal outbursts. Addressing the room, Cumming said, "You may have noticed some strong language in the background there. This can be part of how Tourette's syndrome shows up for some people as the film explores that experience." Okay, all well and good. They ended up apologizing. BAFTA did. They put out an apology saying, "We apologize that this was not edited out prior to broadcast, and it will now be removed from the version on BBC iPlayer." So that was BBC apologized. Okay, so here's the thing. It was delayed an hour. They could have edited this out before any of this had happened. Now, look. I don't want to talk about Tourette's and all of that. Look, I don't know, but it's disturbing. Like, where does that even come from? I don't know if you guys remember back in the 90s. Tell me if you guys remember this. If I'm the only one. There was an LA Law episode. Do you guys remember that episode? There was an LA Law episode that was very similar to this, where the person would scream the N-word. Let me see if I can find it. The person would scream the N-word. And so I'll see if I can play some of it. Here it is. Andy, if you can grab it, I'll give it to you. It may be hard to get. If you can't get it, no big deal. And instead of, like, in order to try to soften it, he would say, at the end of it, he would say dimes, quarters. So it sounds like he was saying nickels. So he would say the N-word and he'd go, nickels, dimes, quarters. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you do, in the comments, let me know. And so that was a thing. It was a very controversial episode back then. Now, someone in the thing is saying, my kid has Tourette's. But it's a little bit weird to even hear that. But that was the episode. So that does happen. And I mean, it's been, a Tourette's thing from forever, that you blurt out things and maybe you don't agree with it, whatever. But I just wanted to show you that this has been around forever. So I'm not saying anything bad about the Tourette's. I'm just saying it's a thing.
All right, that was Don Lemon. He made a couple of points that I definitely agree with. But this dude got to take some accountability for his actions and stop trying to hide behind the fact that he has Tourette's. To be openly racist in front of everybody at an award show, like the guy say, he didn't say all those other things when other people came up. He just only waited till Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo got up. So now, it's unacceptable, totally unacceptable.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to.
Can y'all believe that? It's Black American History Month, and Michael B. Jordan and Delroy was called that word. Now, the person who called them this word have Tourette's, John Davidson. Now, this is a video of him 4 months ago. Check this out. This is a video of him.
It's very hard because if you're standing out there and you shout out the M-word or the P-word and someone's walking past, they're going to think you're just being rude or racist.
I mean, in the past, I've been arrested by the police because I've shouted pigs or I've said a swear word when the police have been around. To see the police in any other places, I've never had... They've came across and said, hey, can you watch the language? I say, I'm sorry, I've got Tourette's. They know about Tourette's now, which is a good thing. Previously, I'd have been arms up the back.
So that was him breaking down how the tics work, the Tourette's work. You see a group of officers, PIG, you call them that. Somewhere in the video, he also talked about loud noise where he'll say the F word because the noises are loud. So in this case, you happen to see two black presenters, black men presenting these awards, and that's the word that comes. That triggers that tick for that specific word, right? But he apologized to the police officers. Black American History Month. To the police officers. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy was called that word. Now the person who called them this word have Tourette's. A combination of John both the R now, this is a video film 4 months ago. Check this out. You just happen to see this is a video, guys, and that's the word that comes to mind. Mind you, there was all kinds of different races of people, ethnicities at this particular awards. There was Asian people here. I want to say there was some Hispanic people here. And none of those words came out. But yeah, let me know. Is it tics? Is it a combination of both? And where's the apology at?
Tourette's now, which is a good thing. Previously, I'd have been arms up the back.
So that was him breaking down how the tics work, the Tourette's work. You see a group of officers, PIG, you call them that. Somewhere in the video, he also talked about loud noise where he'll say the F word because the noises are loud. So in this case, you happen to see two black presenters, black men presenting these awards, and that's the word that comes. That triggers that tick for that specific word, right? But he apologized to the police officers. Y'all heard that. He apologized to the police officers, but he hadn't apologized to Michael B. Jordan or Delroy. So is it a combination of both the R word and the tics? Because you just happen to see two black guys, and that's the word that comes to mind. Mind you, there was all kinds of different race of people, ethnicities at this particular awards. There was Asian people here. I want to say there was some Hispanic people here. And none of those words came out. But yeah, let me know. Is it tics? Is it a combination of both? And where's the apology at?
So what y'all think? Was it his Tourette's acting up? Or is he using his Tourette's as an excuse to be a racist little devil? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And do me a favor, hype this video. I'm trying to grow my subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you would give me a hype. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace. I'll catch y'all in this video.